Hardcore mode on Minecraft Bedrock Edition is almost impossible to survive. The bosses are harder, healing is slower, and well, the skeletons have aimbots. So today, I'm going to attempt to survive 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore Bedrock Edition. Now, here we are. It's day 1, and things are already kind of feeling a bit different to Java Edition. But what isn't different is the fact that we need to start by getting some wood, of course. Now, while I chop down this tree, here are some things I want to accomplish in this 100 days. I want to get OP Netherite gear, build an amazing base, and finally kill the Ender Dragon and Wither, because apparently they're impossible to defeat on Bedrock Edition. Anyway though, now that we have some wood, let's go ahead and turn this into planks and make ourselves a crafting table and some basic tools. Let's also take out some animals for some food. Alright, this should be enough food for now, so let's grab some cobblestone so we can craft a furnace to cook all of this stuff. And we'll even upgrade our tools, which means we won't be needing this anymore. Now, while we wait for all of our food to cook, I want to quickly tell you guys about today's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is a free-to-play large-scale action game where ground vehicles, aircraft, and naval vessels battle in crazy dynamic battles. War Thunder does an amazing job capturing the actual feeling of controlling military equipment due to its amazing gameplay and graphics. In the game, they offer loads of military technologies, like guided missiles, active protection systems, smoke screens, night vision devices, and more. I mean, you can even use a nuclear strike that can flatten the entire map. This game truly has it all. Also, not to mention, they've just added their new update, Line of Contact. Infantry has now arrived in War Thunder in a closed testing mode. War in this game is now shown at its full scale. They've also added tons of new vehicles and even a bunch of graphic updates too. Now, if you want to experience all of this for yourself, make sure to click my link down below in the description to go and download War Thunder on PC, PlayStation, Xbox for completely free. All new players and those who haven't played War Thunder for half a year or more will receive some special bonuses, like 100,000 lions, a special decorator Eagle of Valor, and more. You can also download War Thunder on iOS and Android mobile devices for free, so click the link in the description and let's get back to the video. Alright, all of our food is now cooked, so let's take out this trident drowned, and wait, what? We actually got a trident. Now that it is nighttime though, I want to find a cave entrance to get underground so we can start mining some valuables, because I want to make some iron armor. Alright, it's looking like there's some type of ravine here, and yes, this is exactly what we're looking for. And would you look at that, there's already iron. So let's grab all of this, and I guess let's go even deeper down in this ravine. Alright, I'm hoping this cave will lead us super deep underground. Alright, after looking around this ravine, I don't think it's going to bring us down to deep slate level, but on the bright side, there is a bunch of iron and even coal. So let's get to work mining up all of the valuables in this ravine. Alright, we're done mining, and in total, we have ourselves 40 pieces of coal and 20 pieces of iron. So for now, I guess let's get out of this ravine, because, well, the next thing that I want to do before I smelt all of our iron is to find an area that we can build our first home. Now, we do have a really nice cherry blossom biome over there, but I want to make sure we find the perfect place to base. Okay, I've been looking around for a while, and I feel like this is the perfect area to build a base, because not only is it super flat that we have all of this building space, but we're also next to a giant forest. I mean, the only thing we would need to do to this area to make it a little bit better is just remove this layer of dirt to make it all completely flat, and we could build so many things around here, like a barn, a house. So yeah, let's put down our crafting table and also our furnace so we can start smelting all of our iron. Now, while all of this iron is smelting, I'm just going to go ahead and make some shovels, because I think it's a pretty good time to just remove all of this layer of dirt now, just so we have a nice flat building area for when we want to build our house here. Alright, the area is now nice and flat, and because I want to get an absolute bunch of stuff done in this 100 days, I feel like it's the perfect time to go ahead and build our first house now. So let's do it. Let's grab the iron out of the furnace so we can make some iron axes just like this, and we'll even make some stone axes too, and let's use these to gather all of the materials that we're going to need for our house. Now, the main material I needed to construct this house was, of course, oak logs, so I spent the next few days gathering up as many as I could, and I also got some sand so I could make some glass. Now, after having all of these materials, I was able to begin construction. I first started by building the house itself. Now, this house will contain things like a storage room, crafting table, and furnace area, so it needed to be big enough to fit all of that. I also wanted to make this house look pretty cool, so once I was done building up the walls of the house, I decided to make a cool roof, and to do this, I outlined it in stone stairs, and then filled the rest in with oak stairs. And once all of this was done, I had another really cool idea. Because I don't know how strong the mobs are in Hardcore Minecraft Bedrock Edition, I wanted to build some type of wall around my house, just to keep the mobs out. Alright, the house is now fully constructed, and well, if we head inside, I've moved in our furnaces, crafting table, bed, and on the other side, I've made us some storage. So now that our house is fully done, I want to start working on getting full diamond armor and tools. And well, to do that, we are going to need to head underground. So let's craft ourselves a shield and also an iron sword, just so we can stay extra protected underground. Anyway though, I don't think there's any cave entrances around here, so I'm just going to go ahead and dig down to try and find a cave. Now we are technically breaking Minecraft's #1 rule right now, so let's hope we don't die. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're almost at bedrock, and we've already found diamonds. I mean, it's not a cave, but we'll take it. So let's mine them all up. And wait, what is going on? This diamond vein is huge. Wait, What? I just got 16 diamonds from one diamond vein. Okay, that's got to be a bedrock thing. That is crazy. Anyway, though, I think I'm hearing lava over in this direction, so let's go check that out. Okay, I found out where the lava's coming from. And oh my goodness! Wait, that zombie has an enchanted spear. On the bright side, there is diamonds behind this zombie. So let's take it out, and now we can, of course, grab these diamonds. And it's just a 2 vein. I guess we'll take it. Now, not only do I want to find a bunch of diamonds in this cave, I also... Whoa. Mobs can hit you from so far on Bedrock Edition. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't just want to find a bunch of diamonds in this cave. I also want to start getting some iron as well, because we do not have too much of that at the minute. Okay, this is exactly what we're looking for. Also, because we are going to be enchanting soon, we should probably grab a bunch of this lapis as well. And would you take a look at that? Even more diamonds. Now, at this point, there is so many valuables in this cave. I think we should just go ahead and mine all of the ones that we can see. So let's do it. Let's go through this cave, mining up all of the valuables that we can get our hands on. All right, we are done mining, and in total, we have gotten ourselves a stack and a half of iron, some gold, an absolute ton of lapis, but even more importantly, we now have 48 diamonds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure on Bedrock Edition, the amount of diamonds you get in caves has to be higher than Java. Anyway, though, before we leave this cave to go back up to the surface, I think while we're down here, we should probably get ourselves some obsidian, just so that we're able to make a nether portal and enchantment table later. So let's go ahead and place our crafting table down so we can make ourselves our first diamond pickaxe. And now using this diamond pickaxe, we can of course mine obsidian. The only problem is I have no idea where there's obsidian in this cave. So I guess we just have to look around until we find some. Okay, it's not obsidian, but I have found lava, which means if we smelt up some extra iron, we can use it to make a bucket, which we'll use to grab some water. And now we can turn all of this lava into obsidian. So I guess at this point, let's mine up enough obsidian for an enchantment table and nether portal. Okay, 25 pieces of obsidian should be enough. So let's get out of this cave. We are finally back at the surface. Now I just need to find out where my house is. Okay, let's go. I can see our house over there in the distance. So now that we've made it back home, the first thing I'm going to do is smelt up all of our iron, and we'll even smelt up our gold. And now at this point, I feel like we definitely need to make some armor, because how have I still not made any yet? Now, because we have so many diamonds, let's skip getting iron armor, and let's head straight to getting diamond. And we'll even upgrade all of our iron tools by making a fresh set of diamond ones. And wait a second, I've just realized I made another diamond pickaxe when I already have one. Okay, that was kind of a waste of diamonds. Anyway, though, we now have a full set of diamond armor. And let's not forget the tools. Now, because I want to become super overpowered in this 100 days, the next thing we should work on is getting an enchantment table. But not just any enchantment table, because we of course want this thing to be able to do level 30 enchants, meaning we're going to need a ton of bookshelves. And well, to get bookshelves, we are not only going to need a bunch of paper for them, but we're also going to need leather from cows. Now, luckily for us, getting paper and leather for the books is actually pretty easy, because for the paper, we can just make ourselves a sugarcane farm, just like this. And for the leather, all we have to do is make a cow farm. All right, we got one here. Aha, okay, we got 2 more. All right, come on, guys, let's bring you to your new home. And perfect. All right, at this point, I guess we'll just keep on breeding cows and growing all of the sugarcane we need until we have enough stuff to make a full enchantment table. But wait a second, I can't just let these cows live in some fences. I need to make these guys an actual barn. So because of this, I think we should spend the next 2 days gathering up a bunch of resources to construct these cows an actual barn. Now we'll go through and construct the front of the barn just like this. And now let's continue placing logs all around the sides and the back to fill in the walls. And to make this barn look even better, we'll strip all of the logs. And finally, let's work on building the roof. We'll outline everything in cobblestone stairs and cobblestone slabs. And then we'll fill in the rest of the roof with oak stairs. Now to finish off the barn, we'll add some extra decorations like oak trap doors. And now we can move all of the cows into the barn. So now with the barn all done, we can focus on getting all of the sugarcane and leather we now need for the bookshelves. So let's do it. Let's spend the next few days grinding up a bunch of sugarcane, but while doing this, we'll also make sure to carry on breeding all of the cows to get their leather. Alright, after a few days, this is all of the sugarcane that we have, and well, I'm hoping this is going to be enough cows for all of the leather that we need. So I guess let's just find out. Sorry, guys. And in total, we have ourselves a stack and 4 leather. So let's grab all of our sugarcane so we can turn it all into paper, just like this. And now let's turn all of this paper into books by combining it with our leather. So let's craft these books and place them here in our crafting table, and boom, we can make more than enough bookshelves. So now that we have all these bookshelves, let's of course craft ourselves the enchantment table itself. Now, instead of just randomly placing down our enchantment table, I actually want to make an area for this thing. And I want to make this enchantment area out of stone bricks. So let's grab some cobblestone, and now let's smelt all of it so we can of course get ourselves some stone, and then using the stone we'll be able to make all of the stone bricks we need for this build. Now we'll build the enchantment table area right here. Now I don't want to make this build anything too crazy, so let's try and keep it simple. Okay, the build is coming along nicely. At this point, all I have to do is finish off the roof, and then we should be done. And there we go. Let's now go around and place some lanterns down, and of course let's not forget about the enchantment table itself. Okay, let's grab our lapis because it's enchanting time. Alright, I think we should start by enchanting our diamond pickaxe first. first, so let's see what we get. Okay, it's saying efficiency 4. This could be good. And okay, literally just efficiency 4. We will definitely try and get a better enchant later, but for now, this is fine. Let's now try and enchant our sword and... oh... wait a minute. We only have 27 levels, which means we're gonna need more XP. Now, luckily for us, I do know a pretty good way we can get XP. And, well, the method is to mine quartz for XP in the Nether. So, let's craft the flint and steel and head inside. And... okay, the spawn for our Nether is looking pretty good. Okay, maybe the spawn isn't that great because there is a ghast right there. Please don't see me. Please don't see me. Oh. What the? Okay, it just disappeared. Now, unfortunately for us, I can't see a nether fortress anywhere near us. But we'll worry about that later, because right now, all we need to do is focus on getting quartz for XP. Now, one thing I do actually like about Bedrock Edition is you can literally just bridge like this to get over things. On Java, you kind of have to crouch like this to build over. Yeah, Bedrock just makes bridging so much easier. Anyway, though, let's just mine up a bunch of quartz to get enough XP to enchant everything. Now, because we're going to need a ton of XP to enchant all of my armor and tools, the most efficient way to enchant everything is by mining a bunch of quartz, then heading back to the overworld to enchant a few pieces of my gear, and then continue repeating this cycle until everything is enchanted. Alright, so at this point, everything is enchanted, but I do have a few spare XP levels left. So I've made a fresh diamond pickaxe to see if we can get something like Unbreaking 3 on this thing, and then that way we can combine it with our efficiency 4 pickaxe. So let's go ahead and see what we get. Okay, perfect. It actually is Unbreaking 3. Alright, please have fortune on as well. Okay, you know what? This isn't that bad because we can combine these two pickaxes together to get Unbreaking 3 efficiency 5. And seeing as we have even more spare XP levels, I'm just going to go ahead and make a bow. And let's just go ahead and enchant this because we are definitely going to need a really overpowered bow to fight the Ender Dragon later. So let's see what we get. Oh my goodness. Okay, that is literally perfect for what I wanted. We have power 3, which isn't that great, but we have Unbreaking 3 and infinity. Okay, that is perfect. Now we can do one more level 30 enchant before we go ahead and combine these two pickaxes. And well, the only thing I really want to re-enchant is my sword. So let's go ahead and craft ourselves a grindstone and we'll place it here. So now let's get rid of the enchantment on our sword and let's try another enchantment. Okay, come on, please be good. All right, Unbreaking 3. This could be good. All right, you know what? I will take that. Sharpness 4 and Unbreaking 3. So now that we're done enchanting everything, let's go ahead and craft ourselves an anvil. And well, of course, we can now combine these two pickaxes together. And we'll even rename the pickaxe a super cool name as well. So yeah, let's do that. And wait a second. One other thing I've just realized is we have some spare diamonds. So why not craft ourselves a spear? And I know it's not a level 30 enchant, but I'm kind of interested to see what enchants we can get on this thing. So let's just go ahead and give it a... you know what? Let's just give it lunge 1. All right, let's see how good lunge 1 is. Okay, let's use it. All right, you know what? That's actually pretty cool. That is way faster than running everywhere. We can literally just lunge everywhere. Anyway, though, at this point, with all of our really overpowered gear, I think we should start preparing to fight the Ender Dragon. Because not only do I want all of the XP that the Ender Dragon will drop, I also want to get my hands on the elytra. So let's do it. Let's prepare to fight the Ender Dragon. Now, the only things we really need is blaze rods for blaze powder and ender pearls. And then once we have all of this, we can, of course, get some eyes of ender and, of course, defeat the dragon. Now, we are right next to a warped forest, so I think what we should do is start by getting the ender pearls. So, I'm sorry, buddy. Alright, so we now have 17 ender pearls, which is definitely more than enough, so let's now go ahead and get the blaze rods. Now, the only problem is, to get these blaze rods, we of course need to find a nether fortress, and I have no idea where one is. Wait a second. Wait, that's one right there. I thought it was going to be so much harder to find one. Okay, now that we're here, we just have to find the blaze spawners, and well, we have found them. Uh-oh. Okay, let's be a little bit more careful. Wait, why is there so many skeletons? Oh my goodness. And this is not good. There is wither skeletons everywhere. All right, Bedrock Edition is much harder than Java because there is no way there'd be this many wither skeletons on Java Edition. Anyway, though, I guess at this point, let's just focus on getting all of the blaze rods that we need. Alright, so the good news is we now have all of the blaze rods we need, but the bad news is that the blazes broke my leggings. So before we go and fight the Ender Dragon, not only do I need to get myself some new leggings now, I also need to repair the rest of my armor. So yeah, we should probably head back to the surface. And now that we're here, we'll dig straight down to get our hands on a few more diamonds. Alright, finally, we found some diamonds. And it's literally just a one vein. You've got to be kidding me! I guess that's fine, we'll just have to keep looking for even more diamonds. Now, while I'm down here mining for diamonds, I've just found out something new about Minecraft Bedrock that I didn't know already. You cannot put anything in your offhand apart from a shield. So every time I want to place a torch, I can't just place one from my offhand. I actually have to go to it and place it down. So yeah, why did Bedrock only make it so I can only put the shield here? Anyway, let's keep on looking for diamonds. All right, after mining for a little bit of time, we now have in total 24 diamonds, which will be enough to repair all of our armor and make a new pair of leggings. And I've just realized our helmet is literally about to break. Oh my goodness, you know what? I'm going to take that off just so it doesn't break. Now at this point, let's just get back to our house. Okay, so now that we are back home, let's just go ahead and make ourselves a new pair of leggings. leggings. And we'll, of course, give them a level 30 enchant. All right, perfect. And now let's repair the rest of our armor. We'll go ahead and start with the helmet. And then let's just go ahead and repair the rest of our armor. And just like that, we now have fully repaired armor, which means we're ready to fight the Ender Dragon. Now, one thing we should do before we fight the Ender Dragon is definitely make ourselves some fireworks. And well, the reason for this is that once we've killed the Ender Dragon, we are going to be able to get ourselves an elytra. And then once we get the elytra, we can use these fireworks to fly back home super easily. Now, let's start looking for the stronghold. So let's go ahead and turn our blaze rods into blaze powder. And then we'll make ourselves a bunch of eyes of ender. And now let's use them to see where we have to go for the stronghold. So, okay, we have to go over this way. So let's do it. And let's even use our spear to gain some extra speed on the way there. Oh, and wait a second. While looking for the stronghold, we have found a village. I think this is the first village we found in this 100 days. All right, I'm actually glad we found this village, because if we have time for it later, we might be able to even get a mending villager. Anyway, though, let's not get distracted. Let's keep heading this way to get to the stronghold. And would you take a look at that? A pillager outpost. And I feel like we should probably just clear this place out, seeing as we are passing it, because something we can get from this place is that thing right there, an ominous bottle. And this will allow us to do a raid later at that village. And well, if we summon a raid, evokers will spawn, meaning we can get ourselves a totem of undying. And now let's see what's in this chest. Come on. Okay, nothing good at all. All right, let's get out of here. All right, the Eye of Ender is now telling me to go this way, which is a completely different way to what it was telling me to go before. So I have a feeling that the stronghold has to be under this spruce village, I think. Now, I guess there's only one way to find that out, and that is to dig down. Okay, after mining around a little bit, I have stumbled upon some mossy stone brick, which you only find in the stronghold, so I feel like we're close. But there is a mob spawner right here, so let's get rid of all of these mobs, and let's even break the spawner because we don't need it. Okay, anything good in these chests? Not really, but yes, we have found the stronghold. Okay, let's go. Now, we just need to find the end portal itself. Oh, wait, we found it. All right, let's get rid of the silverfish spawner. And now let's fight this thing. Let's just make sure we have everything we need in our inventory. All right, I think we're ready to do this. So let's put all of the eyes in the portal and boom. The portal is... Is the portal on? I mean, it made the noise and everything, but there is literally nothing in the middle. I guess Minecraft Bedrock can be a little bit buggy. Let's just hope this works. Let's do this. Okay, it worked, and we are in the end. Now, the Ender Dragon on Bedrock Edition is extremely difficult, so we really have to lock in right now. And there it is. There's the Ender Dragon. But before we can even do damage to the Ender Dragon, we have to get rid of all of the crystals. Now, luckily, we do have an infinity bow, so we can just shoot as many arrows as we want. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh my goodness, the Ender Dragon just literally flew right at me. Okay, come on, please. We need to hit these end crystals. Okay, wait, the Ender Dragon's perched again, and watch this. It will just fly right at me. Yep. And we just gotta run. We just gotta run. Okay, let's get this crystal. There we go. All right, please. We need to get these ones really high up in the sky. We're gonna have to build up to that, aren't we? We're literally gonna have to build up to that. Oh my goodness. The Ender Dragon is right there. Yep, we cannot build up. We literally cannot do anything. All right, maybe we just have to try and hit the bow shots from down here. I feel like that's kind of impossible, right? Oh, wait, it's not. I'm having a really hard time hitting the end crystals that are really high up in the sky. And it's not like we can build up there because the Ender Dragon just flies towards us. Like, look, he's just going to fly towards us. Yep, there's nothing we can do. I feel like we just have to take the chance. All right, let's put a water bucket down here. And now let's just build up. Uh-oh. I got rid of our water source. I got rid of our water source by accident. We're done. The Ender Dragon's beating us. I don't think we can do anything with that water bucket. We can't water bucket clutch. We can't build up. This is a disaster. Let's just try building up again. Okay, we got it. Okay. Oh my goodness, 2.5 hearts. Okay, if the Ender Dragon is this hard, I don't even want to know how difficult the Wither's going to be. Okay, I feel like we only have 2 end crystals left. Okay, let's get this one. Yes. Okay, one more left. It's over there. Please. Come on, please. Yes, we got it. Oh my goodness, okay. I don't know how we did that, but we have no end crystals left, I think. All right, yeah, it's just literally us versus the dragon. All we've got to do is just shoot as many arrows as we can. Okay, wait, it's perching. Okay, can we get up to its face when it's perching? Yep. All right, it's on the move again, and we have it down to about half health. Okay, if this Ender Dragon's anything like Java Edition, we should be able to beat it by just standing in the middle here and waiting for it to perch. Hopefully it doesn't hit us out the middle. Okay, wait, we're good. All right, let's just hit its head. There we go. Let's go. We have defeated the Ender Dragon on Minecraft Bedrock Hardcore. Okay, that was literally the most difficult thing I've ever done in Minecraft. Like, that took so long. And apparently the Wither's even harder, so I'm not looking forward to that. But let's see how much XP levels we get. Okay, we are up to... Is that it? Hey, you don't get as much XP on Bedrock Edition as you do on Java. Okay, that's fine though. Let's just go ahead and collect the egg, put a torch here, and boom. All right, there we go. We successfully got the dragon egg. Perfect. All right, at this point, we can now head through an end gateway and try and find an end city so we can get an elytra. Now, I'm hoping we find an end city instantly. So let's find out. Let's throw the ender pearl inside, and we've spawned on top of a chorus fruit. And wait, we have found an end city. Wait, I don't think that one has a ship though. All right, let's just go over and find out. All right, we do not have an end ship at this end city. I guess we'll try and loot it anyway just to see what is inside. All right, we'll let the shulkers float us all the way up to the top, and then we can see what's inside of the chests. All right, let's see what we've got. All right, that is the worst end chest I've ever seen. Not a single piece of diamond gear. All right, this is what I'm talking about. We have boots, and that shovel is insane. Unbreaking 3, fortune 3, mending efficiency 4. All right, let's actually swap out our normal shovel for this thing, because mending on a shovel, that's insane. Now let's let the shulkers keep boosting us up here, because I think there'll be even more loot in this end city. And yes, we do have even more loot. Let's see what we get. All right, some pretty bad pickaxes. Okay, nothing really good in that chest. And now at this point, I think we've fully looted this end city, so let's just keep on exploring the end to try and find a ship. And also something cool I've just realized is we now have some shulker shells, so we can make shulker boxes later. Actually, wait, instead of waiting to make the shulker boxes, let's just make one now. And let's just throw all of the random stuff that we don't need right now in our shulker box. And just like that, our inventory is so much more organized. Now, I can't see an end city anywhere close to us, so I guess this is the point where we start bridging over to different islands. Oh, wait a second. Wait, we found an end city and there's a ship. Okay, because it is so high up, what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to build straight up towards it. Okay, we are almost here and okay, perfect. Let's just go straight inside. All right, perfect. Let's take out this shulker and there we go. This is exactly what we are looking for. But before we get it, let's see what's in these chests. Okay, nothing in there. And ooh, sharpness 4 spear. We will take it. And of course, some diamond horse armor and a saddle. Anyway, though, let's grab ourselves the elytra. And boom, there we go. Okay, I am super happy that we got this. So now what we can do is grab a dragon head just so we can use it for decoration when we're back home. But even more importantly, we can just fly over to the end city and loot it super easily. I mean, just look at this. We can fly over and then mine straight in to loot everything inside of the end cities. But I actually don't think there's any chests in this end city. So I guess maybe what we should do now, seeing as we do have the elytra, is just head home. Now there's our end portal gateway. So let's just try and land in it. And there we go. So now let's just head back to the surface. And now that we're here, let's go ahead and place down our dragon egg. And then we'll place our dragon head on our enchantment table area. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty cool. Now, before we do things like getting netherite and fighting the wither, I kind of just want to make our base area look a little bit better. I want to add some pathways and just decorate the place. Now, the first thing we'll start working on is some pathways. Now, we'll make these out of stone. So let's grab some cobblestone. Now let's mark out a space where all these paths are going to go. And now that we've done that, we can go through and build the paths. Okay, so I've built all of the pathways connecting all of our builds. So now I'm going to go ahead and place some cobblestone walls with lanterns on top, just like this. We'll even go through and add some bone meal onto the grass. And now let's grab some saplings for decoration. And oh, would you look at that? We have some cherry saplings. All right, these will be perfect. So let's put one down here and see how it looks. Okay, yeah, these are going to add so much decoration to the build. So we'll add a few more. And just like that, the build is looking so much better. I mean, just look at this place. We have our house, the barn, the enchantment table area. I feel like our base is coming along really nicely. Anyway, though, now that we've made our base look a lot better, it's time to start preparing for the wither fight. Now, the main thing that I want to get for the wither battle is a netherite sword. And the reason for this is because the wither has so much health that I'm hoping a netherite sword will help us defeat it much quicker. So let's head into the nether to not only get our hands on some ancient debris, but also a netherite upgrade template. Now, before we go mining for ancient debris, it would probably be a better idea to try and find the upgrade template first. Now, these are, of course, found in bastions, so let's keep our eyes peeled for one. Okay, wait, we just got really lucky. There is a bastion right next to our portal. Like, our portal is literally over there. Let's take out these piglins, and let's not let this piglin brute hit us, because I don't even want to know how much damage these things do on bedrock. Okay, there's a chest right here. Also, we should probably put our chest plate back on. All right, let's see what's in this chest. Okay, we got nothing. Oh my goodness, they do so much damage. The brutes do a lot of damage. Oh my goodness. That is so much harder than Java Edition. Oh my goodness, there's another one. Okay, we need to go. We need to go. Okay, we have another chest here. Yes, okay. We got the upgrade template. Let's go. Okay, we've got what we came here for. Let's get out of here. Now, the reason we only need one of these upgrade templates is because we can duplicate them later if we need more. So now all we need to do is get our hands on some ancient debris. So we're down here at ancient debris level. Let's just get to strip mining. Now, strip mining for ancient debris might take us some time, but let's just continue to do it until we have a good amount of ancient debris. Okay, so I've been mining for absolutely ages, and so far we have 7 pieces of ancient debris, and well, after this 2 vein, we now have 9 pieces. Now, this will be enough ancient debris to upgrade our pickaxe and sword to netherite. Now, I would continue mining for enough ancient debris to get everything to netherite, but I still want to do so much more in this 100 days, like fight the wither, so the ancient debris that we have right now should be good. So for now, let's just head home, and now that we're of course home, let's head over to our furnaces and begin smelting up all of our ancient debris. And while that smelts, we are of course going to need to get ourselves a smithing table, and we'll place it right here. And we should also turn our gold into gold ingots. And now let's grab all of our netherite scraps to turn it into actual netherite like this. And now let's upgrade our pickaxe first. And wait a second, before we do that, we need to duplicate this smithing template. Okay, that was so close. We almost just wasted our upgrade template. Okay, so we have to put it here with a bunch of diamonds surrounding it. And I think we have to do something like this. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we can upgrade our pickaxe. And wait, before we upgrade our sword, we should actually see if we can get a better enchant on a sword. So yeah, let's see if we can get a really good enchant on another sword. Okay, this is saying sharpness 3. Looting 3 would be really good. Okay, that is trash. Let's just keep retrying until we get a better sword. Okay, we don't have many attempts at this left. And oh my goodness, we will take that. Sharpness 4, looting 3, and knockback 2. So let's just go ahead and combine these two swords, which is the cheapest way of doing it. Okay, this is... And now seeing as we are combining these swords, it's only right that we give our sword a name. So we will call this Fru's Epic Sword. Now let's go ahead and upgrade this thing to Netherite, and boom. We now have Fru's Epic Sword, which is sharpness 5, looting 3, unbreaking 3, and knockback 2. Okay, let's go. I definitely feel like this sword is going to help us defeat the Wither. And also having the looting 3 will make it so we can actually get the Wither skeleton skulls much easier. Now, speaking of Wither skeleton skulls, let's actually head to the Nether and let's head over to the fortress so we can start getting all of the skulls we need to summon the Wither. Now, I'm super scared to fight the Bedrock Wither because apparently it's impossible to defeat. Anyway, though, this is exactly what we're looking for. All right, come on, please drop your skull. We have looting 3. Okay, this might take us some time. So let's just go around this fortress, taking out all of the Wither skeletons that we can find. Okay, so far we have 2 Wither skeleton skulls. We just need 1 more. Okay, one of you dropped the final skull. Oh, we actually got it. Okay, there we go. 3 Wither skeleton skulls. And that actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. I guess looting 3 really does make a difference. Anyway, though, at this point, we don't have long until it hits day 100. So let's head back home and fight the Wither while we still have time. Now, the only thing I'm going to do to prepare myself for the Wither battle is make a bunch of buckets. And then with these buckets, we can fill them up with milk. And while we can use this milk to get rid of the withered effect whenever the Wither hits us with it. Alright, so I'm now ready to fight this thing. Now on Java Edition, you would just spawn the Wither underground and take it out pretty easily. But the Bedrock Edition Wither is much harder. So for that reason, I kind of want to summon it up here on the surface where I have a ton of space to run around. Okay, I feel like this area here is nice and open. So I guess we'll fight it here. So let's put down our soul sand and of course our Wither skeleton skulls. I am so scared to fight this thing. I really hope we don't die. Okay, why is it spinning? Why is it spinning like that? What is it doing? What is it doing? Okay, here we go. All right, let's just dodge all of its attacks. And then when we can, we'll shoot our bow. Okay, this Wither is moving a lot. Look at this. It's dodging all of my arrows. Okay, that's fine though. Let's just stay on the move. And then when we can, we'll attack. Okay, look at that. It is moving so much. Yeah, this is already harder than the Java Edition Wither. On the bright side, our bow is doing a lot of damage. Okay, we're withered, so we'll drink our milk. And there's a cow right here, so we'll just refill our bucket. Okay, every time it dodges, it does stand still for a few seconds. So I think that is when we have to get our bow shots in. All right, we'll dodge those attacks. And then we'll use our bow. Come on. I'm missing all my shots. All right, we almost have it down to half health. Okay, it should enter its second phase any moment now. There we go, there we go. Okay, it is much angrier than before. And is that Wither skeletons over there? Is that a thing? Oh no, we're on 2.5 hearts. We're on 2.5 hearts. Okay, we have knockback on our sword, which is really bad. It means every time we hit it with our sword, it just goes really far away from us. So we just have to use our axe. Because look, when I hit it with my sword, it just goes all the way back there. Although the sword does do way more damage because of the sharpness 5. Okay, it is now officially nighttime and zombies are starting to spawn. We have to end this now. All right, we'll dodge all of this. All right, here we go. One more hit. Yes, we did it. Let's go. What is happening? Like, did I defeat it? All right, there we go. We actually defeated the Wither on Minecraft Bedrock Edition Hardcore. And that was as hard as I thought it would be. The Wither on Bedrock Edition is seriously no joke. Now at this point, it's day 98, so I guess let's just quickly sleep. And now that it is the morning of day 99, let's spend this final day turning this nether star into an actual beacon. So we'll grab some obsidian so we can actually craft the beacon, and we'll also get a bunch of valuable blocks so that we also have something to power the beacon. And just like that, we can now combine all of this stuff together to make ourselves the beacon, and I feel like here is the perfect place to put it. So let's build our beacon right here, and we'll go ahead and power it. And just like that, we have done all of this in time for day 100. We were able to do a bunch of stuff in this 100 days, and I'm actually even surprised we survived. Anyway, though, we have done it. We have successfully survived 100 days in Minecraft Bedrock Edition Hardcore.